Maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett. The ship you seek is nearby.
Look, I like him too and all, but there was a time when Boba Fett wasn't as popular as he is now. Yeah, he only became popular like in the mid-90s and stuff. I don't know what it is, but everybody now has jumped on the Boba bandwagon. I guess that's what we should call it, the Boba bandwagon. Oh, hello, my name is Fu Manchu. Yeah, and me and the nondescript guy off camera over there are arguing about the popularity of Boba Fett. Look, most of you weren't alive when Star Wars first came out. Probably. There's a couple of you, a handful of you, and you over there, and that guy over there in the t-shirt. But yeah, why are you wearing a Star Wars t-shirt at like 3 in the morning? Anyways, look, a few of you out there, I'm sure, really liked Boba Fett as kids and stuff like that. Because there's a few of you that did. But, like, this mass popularity that he has gotten with everybody is ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's like Doctor Who. Because Doctor Who wasn't popular back when the Christopher Eccleston series first came out. I mean, nobody really cared back then. They sort of watched it. But as soon as David Tennant popped in, they were like, David Tennant, I'm a Doctor Who fan from way back. Yeah, sure you were. Sure you were. Yeah, I remember Doctor Who being on in the background occasionally when I was a kid, and I thought, what the crap is this? This is weird. Who's that guy with the scarf? Or whatever. But that's about it. I mean, now everybody's going, I was a Doctor Who fan from day one, and I was a Boba Fett fan from day one. Yeah, you were a fan when Empire Strikes Back came out. No, I'm sorry. You were a fan when the Star Wars Holiday Special came out, because you were all like, hey, that character riding that dinosaur in the ocean of whatever that was, oh, he's the one I like the best. Yeah, I bet you were. You know what, look, I don't mean to go off on a tirade and stuff, but I really hate how things become popular. Because if you knew me in real life, I'm the kind of guy who, if I like something, I don't want somebody else to like it, unless I really like that person. If I really like that person and we're friends or something like that, then cool, then we've got something in common, and we can talk about it, and heck, I'll even give them my stuff if I want to. But you know what? If it's just some random person, no, I don't want to share with them. I'm like, no, Wolverine's mine, go away. Back when I first liked Wolverine, nobody cared about Wolverine. I'm sorry. It's true. There are times back then when nobody cared about who these new X-Men people were, and they'll say, oh yeah, X-Men 94, that's the one. That's the one that everybody bought when it first came out. Are you kidding? People are like going, what is this? I guess I'll get it. I mean, I need something to read. I don't know. I just think if you walk through a Hot Topic and you see something that's popular, it's only popular because the masses want it to be popular. They want it like as a social, I don't know, like something to basically say, look at me, I'm popular because I like this thing that's popular. Yeah, I don't like people like that. I don't know why. I still like Boba Fett though. So today's review will be on the following. Now that I've eliminated about half of my target audience out there, what do you want? I'm evil! Anyway, today's review will be on the following. The Sideshow Collectibles Star Wars Boba Fett Empire Strikes Back. I'm not going to read all that. And then up here, if you look, it's the 1/6 scale Boba Fett from the Scum and Villainy line, which I would fit in quite well after listening to that rant. I'm sure you would agree. But then over here, there's a really cool picture of Boba Fett, too. Now, this figure came out in 2012 from what I heard, and that makes it 3 years old now, if my time machine calculations are correct. And, yeah, I wanted this when it first came out, but it was so expensive, and I had, like, the older 12-inch figures made by whatever, whoever made the modern Star Wars figures, and I thought that one looked pretty good, and I thought, well, this one's over $100 and something. I don't need to buy this one when I've already got one, so I didn't get it. And then, after when I decided I was going to get it, it was sold out. So, I'll finish the story, so let's look at the back. So anyways, I got on a wait list on Sideshow Collectibles to get this, and I was on a wait list like 3 times. I kept canceling it because the first time I was on the wait list, I was on the wait list for like a year, and I was like, you know what, forget this. I'm never going to get this figure, so I'm sick of seeing it on my wait list thing, so I just got rid of it. And then I think on the 3rd time, they got sick of me doing it, so they said, hey, we found you one, stop it! Either buy it or go away. So I bought it, and here it is, and it looks amazing, and I think it looks incredible. And this box is freaking huge, man. Seriously. Look, you know how tall I am. Check this out. Holy crap, look at this. This box is huge. And it's really fat, too. I mean, it's like twice the size of a normal box. Well, I guess. I mean, I guess it's about the size of a Hot Toys box, but I haven't gotten a Hot Toys in a while, so maybe I'm just out of practice or something. But anyway, if you look on the back here, you will see some photos from the Empire Strikes Back. Oh, look at that. Oh, so it's an Empire Boba Fett. And they're like, hey, Slave 1 not included, or the Bespin Sky. But they did give you the little Bespin carbon freezing chamber thingamabobber, the ground there. That's really cool. And I think that base makes getting this figure worth it. There was an exclusive version of this figure, too, that came with another base, but I didn't get that one, because this base is awesome. But anyway, let's look at the front of the box. So anyway, anyways, here's the front of the box for the last time, and I have to say, I'm very happy with this so far. I haven't even opened it yet. This box is huge. When I got it, I was like, I did not expect it to be that big. Maybe it's the base or whatever and all the accessories. I know this is the older version of the box since it's 3 years old, but it looks awesome. So, I say we open it! Now, when you open the flap, it's held on by magnets, and there's a little blurb there. I'm not going to, pan down it all the way, but there you go. There's the little blurb. And then here's all his accessories over here. You got his hands and some feet and stuff. We'll look at that really close up in a minute. But over here, you will see Boba Fett shrouded like a mummy, and you cannot see him. So, I say we remove this and see what he looks like. What do you say? Oh, there it goes. Oh, look at there. That's Boba Fett all encased in carbonite himself. It's like Han Solo got the last laugh, I guess. Check that out. That looks amazing. Now, I say we slide these out and take a look at them. What do you say? Now, here's his accessory tray all slid out and with the plastic thing off the front of it. And check that out. His blaster looks amazing. There's his smaller gun and his little pouchy things that go on his legs. And then there's some fingers going, hey, I'm going to point up at my guns and stuff and give you the peace sign. And then there's his jetpack over there. And then there's his other hands and some feet. And those look amazing. Now, I'm not going to be putting this thing all together. I heard how hard it is to put its jetpack on and stuff like that. So I won't be doing that on camera, but I'm just going to show off the figure. So there's that looking pretty cool. Now let's look at the figure, shall we? So here's Boba, still encased in carbonite, looking pretty cool indeed. Now I have to say, for an older figure, this looks really good. Now, I understand that Hot Toys just got the license and stuff like that, but they'll probably end up making a Boba Fett 12-inch one. They've already made a 1/4 scale, or at least they're hinting at it. But, yeah, this one's going to be pretty hard to beat, but I'm sure they'll beat it. But you know what? It just depends on which one you like better. And honestly, since they make so many different versions of figures and stuff, I think this one's going to stand alone by itself for a long time. Now, I say we pull him out and stand him up. What do you say? Now here's Boba fresh out of the package and stood straight up. Now I did adjust him a little bit instead of just standing him straight up out of the package because his knee pad was all sideways and stuff like that, and I used the roadblock base as you can see. But I did adjust him a little bitty bit, but I don't even know if it's adjusted right now because like his cape's all flat on his back and there's all sorts of things that need to be fixed probably and junk because like you can see his other belt under there and stuff like that. But yeah, he looks amazing. Now, I have to say, this figure is super stiff. Usually with the older Sideshow figures, they were always a little loose. This one is really stiff, especially in the arms and legs, and I love it. I am so glad he's like that, because I was really afraid, what if the body they used is like the older one that was a little floppy on the old G.I. Joes and stuff. Look at the details on this thing. He looks amazing. He's going to look even better when he's got all his pieces put on. But that is really awesome. I love how they did this figure. And one of the things that I've always thought was neat about Boba Fett, which they never really got into, was that, as you can see on his chest plate there, he has the silver, obviously his armor is silver, and it's all scraped off, and you can see dents and stuff like that, and obviously they went with that when they did Jango Fett. He had the silver armor. But I've always suspected that Boba Fett, at one point, painted his armor yellow, because there's a lot of yellow there that shines through, underneath the green, and I always thought, oh, a yellow Boba Fett would look amazing. I mean, he's got the yellow thing over here, so, he was probably all yellow at one time, which would have made a really neat thing, and I don't know why they never made him like that. I mean, they should have. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the residue of the green. I don't know. Maybe it just took that many paint jobs to make the green. I don't know. But anyway, I like the idea of a yellow Boba Fett. I don't know why. But there's the paint job on there. A lot of people also, I've noticed in reviews, they complain that his vest thing there, which is a thicker material, doesn't match his jumpsuit. I'm like, it never matched his jumpsuit, people. It was like always kind of a whiter color, and his jumpsuit's like gray. I don't know why people didn't pick up on that little detail. One of the things that I would complain about if I was going to complain about something is you can't see his chin and the chin strap that went underneath his helmet. Yeah, because if you look at the scene where he says, what if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me. To Darth Vader, you can see his chin and the chin strap underneath it move. And I always thought that was a cool little feature. I was like, oh, look, there's his chin. There's a guy under there. That's pretty cool. This figure is amazing, though. Look at all the details on it. I do wish they would have went with something other than string for the little Wookiee braids and stuff, because I think even on the old, who made them? Who made the newer, older Star Wars figures? Was it Hasbro? I don't know who made them. Whoever. All I remember is Kenner, but after that, whoever made them, I thought they used little synthetic hair. This looks like strings. I do wish they'd have went with the synthetic hair, or I wish I still had my old one so I could put those hairs on there instead. And for everybody out there that wants one more thing to rant about that I'm complaining about, I don't think those are Wookiee pelts. I think those are Jedi Padawan braids, you people. Seriously, think about it. Why else did they give the Padawans those long braids? That makes sense. And what does he do? In the original scripts and stuff and junk you would read, that when before they ever met it, he went out and he killed the Jedi for Palpatine and blah blah blah. But that was not canon, so you can't go by that. But you know what? I still say those are Jedi braids. I mean, why else give them braids that resemble Boba Fett's braids, honestly? And I've never seen Wookiee hair look like that. And if, maybe there was a guy in the prequel with long Wookiee braids, but come on. I think those are Padawan braids. They're even different colors. I mean, seriously, I've never seen a blonde Wookiee. Maybe there is, but I doubt it. But anyway, there it is, looking pretty cool. Man, I'm just all over the place ranting about Boba Fett today. It's because a lot of people have different interpretations, and they go with the mass thing of, oh, those are Wookiee pelts, because I read that in a book once. Yeah, I did too, and I don't believe it. I think it's something somebody made up. I think that why else would they give the Padawans the braids like that? And what better way to kill Jedi than to kill the younger ones, and then when you kill them, scalp them? Because that's what I always thought Boba Fett would do. He'd scalp people. Check out that cape. Oh, man, he's the man with no name. Check that out. It looks amazing. Oh, man, that looks cool. And it's wired. Because look at that. Look how stiff it is. Boing. Yeah, that looks cool. And then he's got screws on his back for where the jetpack, I guess, covers that up. But there's that looking pretty cool. Like I said, I haven't put all the pieces on there, but that looks amazing. This is a very cool figure indeed. Now, I guess before we close, let's look at the base, shall we? Now here's his base all put together, and oh my goodness, this thing is a thing of beauty. It looks amazing. This base alone, I don't know, this thing alone makes this figure so much better. I mean, it's just so cool, and it's unnecessary, too. I mean, it's kind of like, coming with a piece of the Star Destroyer that Darth Vader flew or something, and you go, oh, I can stand him on that. But this just looks so cool all by itself. And not only that, but also it has a feature, and what it does is, it lights up. Holy cow! Now, I went to unscrew the bottom of it to put batteries in it. Well, there were batteries already in it. And I was like, oh no, and I tried it and it didn't work. And then I noticed there was a little plastic tab you had to pull out. So I pulled it out and it came on. And look at that. From 2012, these batteries still work. That is awesome. So let's turn out the lights, shall we? Check it out. Oh my goodness, let's turn them all out. Whoa! Look at that. That is so awesome. Holy cow, that is amazing. So thank you, Roadblock Base. You are no longer necessary, because check this out. That looks so awesome. And I love how they were forward-thinking enough to make the little bars that hold him that far out for his jetpack. I'm assuming, so it could stand away from the wall or what. I don't know why they did it that way, but it looks so cool. I guess it's because of the way he stands out here. But I love how they made that like that. I haven't seen a stand like that before. Looks so awesome. That is one cool figure and base. So besides putting his jetpack on, here's a little companion to go with him, and that looks so awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through all his hands and figure out which hands I want to have him with. Obviously, he's gonna be holding his gun in probably both his hands, and he'll have his jetpack on and stuff like that, and I'll have to, adjust all his little pouches and everything and blah, 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 and put his little things in there and his little pouch holders, and that's so cool. This figure looks incredible. And I have to say, look, they didn't give me a discount or anything, but thank you, Sideshow Collectibles, for sending me this, because honestly, I've been on that wait list, I felt like forever, and you know what, thank you for getting me one. I think that's awesome. I'm sure anybody who's on the wait list probably got one too, so I'm probably not special or anything, but I am so thankful to have gotten it. I think it is awesome, and I think it is well worth the money. Very cool indeed. So that was my rant review and rant put together, because there's a lot to rant about when it comes to Boba Fett. Yeah, don't give in to the hipster side. Yes, I feel your hate boiling and stuff. Seriously, don't give in to that side. Don't like things because they're popular. Seriously, like them because you like them. Because I like Boba Fett, because I like Boba Fett. I mean, look at him. Who couldn't not like him, honestly? He's just awesome looking. He's the Clint Eastwood of the Star Wars world and universe and stuff like that. So I understand that so many people like him. But I also understand that there are people out there that like things just because it's popular. And if that's the case, seriously, you're just betraying yourself. I mean, find the things that you like and like those. And you know what? You might make them cooler because you like them. So, Until next time, tune in for more Foo